How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, in the last episode, we saved the City of Thieves from total heartless destruction, and we made our way up Mount Olympus and fought one of the 4 Titans, and now we have finally reached Olympus itself. We're going to see it for the first time in Kingdom Hearts history, and from seeing it for myself for the first time, absolutely breathtaking. Olympus was one of the first worlds that we saw for Kingdom Hearts 3 back when the latest updated trailer for it came out in, I want to say, summer of 2017. Yeah, God, it was summer of 2017 when we actually just saw the Hercules trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3, and that's when the Kingdom Hearts 3 news was just exploding all over the place with like a trailer coming out every few months or maybe even a few weeks. So they were really, that was when Kingdom Hearts 3 was really hitting its stride for how much they were showing off to the general public. And I remember seeing the Olympus trailer for the first time, and I was absolutely blown away. And just the simple fact that this is the very first world that we were going to see and explore, I thought was great. And yeah, so now we need to make our way through Olympus and try and catch up with Hercules, because Hercules wanted ahead to make sure his family was okay, and we need to stop the rest of the Titans and stop Hades once and for all. And today is actually a really great day for Kingdom Hearts fans as I am recording this, because the day that this video will eventually come out later today, it has been confirmed by Kingdom Hearts director Tetsuya Nomura that Kingdom Hearts 3 will indeed be getting DLC. Yes, folks, this is not a joke. We will be getting DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3, and he didn't go into too much detail about what exactly it is we're going to get. But what I can tell you guys and confirm for you guys right now is critical mode for Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming. For those of you that wanted critical mode and wanted an extreme challenge for this game, well, congratulations, you will be getting critical mode. I have no idea when it's going to be arriving, but Tetsuya Nomura said that critical mode is coming, so don't worry about it. Yeah, so there's that. There's also going to be little bits of random DLC coming out throughout 2019. And, oh yeah, I should mention, all of this DLC will be coming out in 2019 because the studio wants to make sure that Kingdom Hearts 3 is fully completed and fully satisfying to fans so they can start working on other projects. For example, the Final Fantasy VII Remake. So every bit of DLC will be coming out in 2019, with the big stuff coming out towards the end of 2019. But going back to what I was saying, there'll be little bits of DLC that will release maybe once a month or a couple times. I'm not sure. And I'm willing to bet that it's going to be for, weapons or mainly cosmetic things. I don't think it's going to be anything really that big to change up the gameplay. I really think it's going to be Keyblades. I really think that the first thing at DLC is going to be all the Keyblades that you couldn't get upon pre-ordering. I think they're going to release it for everybody for free, so that way everybody has the ability to enjoy all these different Keyblades and all the powers they can do. Which means that if you are playing on a PlayStation, maybe we'll get the Xbox Star Seeker variant Keyblade and the From Dusk Till Dawn Amazon one. We could get that as well. I know, this is me just speculating, so don't take this for granted. And then the other bit of DLC news that we have is that we are going to be getting sort of a story update. Now, I'm not sure if it's just going to be cutscenes or if we're actually going to get more playable story gameplay. I have no idea, because Tetsuya Nomura was very brief on what was going to be releasing. He just kind of gave us a little bit of a tease. But for those of you that do not want to get spoiled, you might fast forward this video maybe like a minute or so. I'll make this very quick. So spoilers incoming right now for the next minute. The story DLC may have something to do with how Xion comes back, because apparently Xion does come back. We fight her and we eventually save her, but we technically have no idea how in the hell she comes back. So I guess that's what I got this information from KH3.com, and that's what they said. So this may have something. The story DLC may have something to do with how the organization got Xion back. But as of like, are you going to play as her, or is it going to be more like gameplay to it? I have absolutely no idea, but that's just what it is. Okay, done with the spoilers, so that's pretty much been all of the DLC that we've been confirmed so far. Is we're going to get Critical Mode is coming. We're going to get small little bits of DLC along the way, and we are going to get a big story update. And I guess another good thing is that because of this, that means we are no longer getting a Final Mix copy or any copies of Kingdom Hearts anytime anymore in the future, because now that we have DLC, all of this can just be downloaded. So, and I'm actually really happy for this, like, for no more Final Mix, because it's good to just have the base game, because, you know, back in the day when you play Kingdom Hearts for the first time and then, you know, you go on the internet and find out that there's an expansion of the game called Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, you say to yourself, oh man, I want to get the new items. I want to learn more about the story. I want to fight the new bosses. But you learn that it's only available in Japan. Well, I mean, that was really disappointing because people in North America and all around the world, we didn't get our hands on a Final Mix edition of Kingdom Hearts. I mean, you could always get the Japan one and buy a PlayStation 2 import or something, or there's like something you could do to your PlayStation 2 to be able to play Japanese games, but that's all you can do that. But we didn't get to see a Final Mix game here in the U.S. until 2013, and that was such a long time. But I mean, granted, you know, you could always look on the internet and see what story elements were missing. But I have to admit, from like growing up playing these games, like because there have only been 3 Final Mixes. There have only been Final Mixes for Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, and Birth by Sleep. And, you know, throughout that time when those were released, you know, yeah, I was upset that we weren't initially getting a Final Mix, but at the same time, I was already happy with the base game to begin with. And even when it comes to Kingdom Hearts 3, yes, I can see the demand for a Final Mix. I know that people want more content, and I sure as hell would like more content, even though I think this game does a pretty decent good job of giving the players enough things to do. But I totally welcome added content, especially if we're going to get more story stuff and there's going to be like more added story gameplay. I'm all right with that. But even growing up with Birth by Sleep, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, you know, they were still really great. But, you know, I was more angry at the fact that we didn't get Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. Because, like most people know, Kingdom Hearts 2 is still the greatest Kingdom Hearts game to have so much content all in one game. And I remember when 2.5 came out, I purposely beat Birth by Sleep and Recoded first because I was saving Kingdom Hearts 2 for last because I knew that was going to be the one game that I invested most of my time in. And I can say right now, because that game came out the week before my winter break when I was at community college, that was a damn good winter break to just sit back and play all the added content of Kingdom Hearts 2. I will never forget that. And I think I kind of made it a tradition for myself. For every like start of my winter break, I always play Kingdom Hearts 2 because I like replaying the story. I like the feeling of the gameplay. And it's just something that I've done pretty much almost every year. Like I always do it, and it's always fun for me to do. But I think now I think every year I'm just going to make it a goal just to replay all of them just because they're all great. Except for Chain of Memories, because I can't stand the gameplay of that. But I don't mind the story. I don't mind the story at all. But I think that's about it for, like, as far as news comes by. So, yeah, I mean, guys, no more Final Mixes. I mean, I'm happy because that just means nobody else is going to get an extension of the game, and everybody else has to wait. We're all just going to get the same thing because of DLC, and I think that's a really smart and great move by Square Enix. And that's another reason why they're probably my favorite developers, is because, you know, they really know what the fans want, and I gotta say, they deliver. Unlike certain other game developers I know, Square has always been reliable for content, you know, the look of their games, and just, like, how much fun their games are. And that's one of the reasons why I like about it. And I am happy that Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to start to get that treatment, too, because now we live in that time where we can get this downloadable content, and as long as they can deliver and make it fun and good, then I'm all for it. So I'm excited to see what the DLC brings for Kingdom Hearts 3, even though I'm willing to bet that the tiny stuff is going to be like weapons and stuff. That's what I'm willing to bet. But we'll have to wait and see. Okay, so I guess it's about time that I get off the news, because that's pretty much it, and go back to what we're doing. So I kind of missed some stuff that I should have talked about earlier while I was going on about the news, but throughout Olympus, you have an opportunity, because if you guys watch maybe if you rewind the gameplay, if you head down to the forges in Olympus, you can make Goofy a special shield that doesn't really do anything much to his stats, but give him a little buff and fire resistance. And I mean, it doesn't do anything to his strength and magic, so it's like, alright, just give him a shield for like merely cosmetics. And now we're going to learn how to air stuff. If you hold down the shot lock command and hold down the square button, you can launch yourself with special icons to get at really great distance. And then in about a few seconds, I'm going to show you how to bust open that big red box. What you want to do is you want to jump from a big height and just grand slam on big things that you can't otherwise hit. And then you'll most likely get a big treasure chest that will reward you with items or even games for your gummy phone. But as of right now, folks, we are right at the really at the end of the world, really, because we've got 3 Titans to face up there. And I gotta do it one more time. This is attack on Titan. Not really, because we're at Olympus, but we're still attacking Titans. Yeah, that was bad. Okay, woo, that looks bad, but it's okay. We're gonna take all these Titans down. It looks like Herc's just about to meet up with us too, so I'm feeling pretty good about this.
No, I'm the one giving orders now, Bolt Boy.
Don't get too comfortable, Hades.
Huh? Huh?
We're gonna stop you.
What?
Well, that didn't last really long. Hades now did it. Just rescued some of the gods. And now we've got the final 3 Titans to fight. The Ice Titan, the Lava Titan, and the Wind Titan. I'm pretty sure that's it. Now here's my strategy for taking down these Titans. Go for the Lava Titan first, and then the Ice Titan, because then the Wind Titan is like an individual thing. But listen to this music. This music is great. I just want to say that when I heard this piece of music for the first time, this is amazing. Like, for like a first really big boss fight like this, I love this boss music. This is a great track. Yeah, so what you want to do is go for the Lava Titan first, because he's a little bit of a pain in the ass. The Ice Titan really doesn't do as much, and he's a lot easier to try and take down, because when the Lava Titan goes all red like that, you can't hit him. So it's kind of just best to get him out of the way really, really quick. And if you start spamming him with water spells, he'll go down in no time at all. And then there's Hercules' attack. Just kind of keep spamming that and just keep on dealing damage. Because this boss fight is split into 2 segments. The first segment, you're just fighting the Lava and Ice Titan. And then after that, you just fight the Air Titan. And the Air Titan, I mean, despite being a first boss fight, he's a little bit of a pain in the ass, because sometimes you can't really hit him and he's like throwing all sorts of shit at you. But I mean, it's still a great spectacle overall to see, and I personally have no problem with it. And here's another attraction flow we're showing off, the carousel. What you want to do is you want to press the X button when the rings get to the outside of the track, and you can create little waves to attack your enemies. It's not one that I use very often, but if it comes up, I'll just do it to press the triangle button so I can just really get some decent damage out of the enemies. Alright, the Lava Titan is down, so now it's just the Ice Titan.
It's over.
I think I finish him off right here. Alright, I guess not. There we go. Okay, just one Titan left.
Just one Titan left.
Now here's how this boss fight can be a little bit of a pain in the ass. So first you start off like you're on the air, but you can easily kind of go up to him, but he's moving around a lot, and then he starts throwing all the sorts of debris at you. And you kind of get lucky enough to almost get a hit on him, but sometimes, like I demonstrate there, you can't even get a hit on him at all. And it can be a little bit of a bothersome, and then he does the exact same thing. So it's really hard to really get a good consecutive amount of hits on, because then he immediately changes the scene to do something else. That's why I kind of recommend with him, just start spamming spells, because then if you can get a good couple level spells in, you'll take a good chunk of his health down. Now this part's annoying too, because he launches you straight up in the air, and then you're just flying just face down at him, but you can't move any faster. And if there are Kingdom Hearts experts out there that know of a way to go faster, and I just am stupid enough to figure it out, let me know in the comments below. But as of right now, like, this is how fast you go, and you're just literally dodging left and right, watching out for debris. I think I get hit a good couple times here. This is probably the worst time I actually fought this boss. But what you'll do is you'll just keep on falling down, then you'll get the reaction to press the X button, and then he just starts moving around. And I try to use the air step to try and get close to him, but I keep on fucking that up because he keeps on hitting me. Or for some reason the button just won't let me press it. I mean, this is just me failing. This is horrible. And then you just kind of have to try and get there as fast as you can, because you don't have super glide, so you can't get there any faster. And then you just gotta start, when you get the chance, you just gotta start wailing on him. And then he'll kind of move to different spots and start blowing more debris at you. Or he'll go into a Titan and start using their power. So for this instance, he's using ice, and then he would maybe go over to the lava Titan and start shooting fire at you. Ragnarok is definitely a good thing to have for this boss fight, because it can take a lot of damage out of him while he's far away. And I think we're going to finish him off with the Buzz Lightyear attraction flow. And he is out of here. All the Titans have been destroyed. I swear to God, when he showed up, I really thought we were going to have to fight all four of them at the same time. But I was kind of glad on that, because, you know, each Titan gets, like, their own time to shine, really. I think the Lava and Ice Titan together worked really well. The Rock Titan boss fight was great. And even, you know, even though I have my differences about the Air Titan, you know, they're all really good boss fights nonetheless.
Thank you, my boy.
Yeah!
Now, watch your old man work.
And now this scene is directly out of the movie where Hercules just grabs the Air Titan, whatever. I know there's probably another name for it. Sucks in all the other Titans and throws their asses to space, and then they just explode. Which I thought was a really cool scene. And I don't think we'll be seeing those Titans anymore in this series. But they had a good run. I'll give them that. Even though the Ice and Rock Titan got a little bit more time to shine in this series.
I can't believe it. I put 18 years into that plan, and you ruined it. I really don't like you.
Just give it up already. You'll never beat Herc, no matter how many times you try.
Yeah, stay in the underworld where you belong.
You have the time of your afterlife.
Enough already! I did not come this far to be ridiculed by Zeusy High and Mighty, his little sunspot, and a trio of clowns!
I really thought for a second that we were going to have to fight Hades again. And I actually almost anticipated. I was a little bit disappointed at first that we didn't get to fight him, but then I had to realize. I had to tell myself this. And for those of you that don't know, in the timeline of when Kingdom Hearts 3 takes place, it's not that long. I can tell you right now, a full year has not happened. I would say it's only really been maybe like a few months or maybe like a couple weeks or so. Like, it has not been that long. And I think when we go to Twilight Town, which will be the next big world we get to explore, Donald and Goofy explained to Sora that we really haven't been gone that long. So, you know, and then after I kind of thought that to myself, I'm like, okay, that makes sense why we didn't fight Hades, because, you know, we did just kind of fight him a little while ago, currently from the timeline. So I guess that makes pretty sense.
You wanna leave all this behind?
And I think that even though this is probably the last time we'll see the Olympus Coliseum as far as story-wise goes, I think they end it really good. And that's the thing that what Kingdom Hearts 3 is. Kingdom Hearts 3 is all about resolution and endings, because it's the ending to the Xehanort saga, and it's setting the stages for the next big saga that we're going to get into. And I think with most of the worlds, you know, some worlds still give you that feeling of, you know, there's still chance for more worlds to get some time in the spotlight. But for Hercules, this was a good way to end it. This was a really good way to end it. And I have to say again, I think I might even mention this in my last couple videos.
Can I help?
Every time I go to Olympus, I never get tired of it because I think the story is great. I think the fights are great. The boss fights are great too. And it always presents something new, and I like that they've continued to do that. They've kept this world going for so long that fans never get tired of it because they just like going to it. And if this is the last time we see it, I think they did a good job to end it.
Stronger than ever.
Yeah, I might even end up stronger than you are.
I kind of wish, though, at the ending they would have played the music, I Can Go the Distance. I think that'd be a good thing, too, but can't get everything. And that is Olympus. We will not be going back here for story ever again. So that's one world down. Which is sad, though. I really did like that. We got a new Keyblade. We got the Hero's Origin Keyblade. Now, this Keyblade transformation, it turns into a shield, and you can pretty much turn Sora into, like, a Captain America on crack and start going nuts. And the finisher, Sora gets into a chariot, and he starts electrocuting Heartless by summoning lightning.
Box with the Book of Prophecies is for reals? Yeah, I think that big bat in black was pulling your leg.
I think that was a reference to what recently happened in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. Because they recently, I think maybe, I wouldn't say a week ago, but a few days ago, they released another story update for Union Cross. And they might have explained what Pete just mentioned about how a dingbat in black told Maleficent about this and what she can do.
What is it? Have you found something?
And if those of you guys aren't really a fan of the mobile game, then, you know, it's not really, you know, you're going to have to learn eventually what happens in the mobile game anyway, so it's not really big of a spoiler, because it's more of just, like, if you want to really put the time and effort. But as far as me and Union Cross, I enjoy it. I play a lot on my iPad. Like, I really am only into it when they do big story updates, because I really want to know, like, because Union Cross is pretty much going to play a big factor in the future of the Kingdom Hearts series. And I have to say, the game is really addicting. It's pretty fun. And, you know, you get to create your own character and customize and do all sorts of cool stuff in the Kingdom Hearts universe. So I personally have a lot of fun with it, but I just wish they would update the story more often, because usually we don't get a story update for, like, maybe at least, like, a month or two. And that kind of sucks. But I think Tetsuya Nomura said they're really going to start speeding up the progress of more story updates. Ah, now this is familiar. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts version of Hell, which is the Dark Realm, or in this case, the Dark World, which literally is the Kingdom Hearts version of Hell. And it looks like we're going to be following Riku and King Mickey as they search for Master Aqua, who is still said to be lost in the Realm of Darkness.
What's wrong, Riku? Are you tired? Do you need a break? We can stop.
No, just... I've been here. I should know this place. But that all seems like another life.
Well, gee, think of all you've seen. All the feelings you've felt. Why, you've done years of growing in almost no time at all.
I remember my first time here.
Yeah, I gotta add, when it definitely, I mean, I think that each character in this series has gone through a lot. I mean, Sora, I mean, he's mostly had a lot of happy adventures, but he hasn't really been tested as much as Kingdom Hearts 2, but still, his character has gone through a lot. But Riku, on the other hand, now, that is a character that, you know, when you play Kingdom Hearts 1 for the first time, you think he's going to be, you know, one of the big antagonists because he is jealous of Sora, he wants to be stronger than Sora, but he really goes through this change, especially in Chain of Memories, when, you know, he wants to atone for everything that he's done, and he goes through this quest to try and prove to everybody and to prove to himself that he means well. And I think his character has some really good character development. He's a really popular character amongst fans, and a really great character that's gotten a lot of great story development. And I definitely think that the team up with Riku and Mickey, I think like that's a really good team to put together.
Strength to protect what matters. It reminds me of a promise I made.
To who?
Just someone I once met. Can't tell.
You already have the power of the Keyblade. It can't go away anymore. You can tell people the promise you made. I'm spitting. Why am I doing that? This is disgusting. You can tell people the promise because you have the power. It can't go away anymore. You have the Keyblade. Jesus.
Darkness has changed since I was here with Aqua.
I don't know. Maybe that'd give them a little bit of a clue as maybe to where Terra is.
Usually,
But they'll find that out soon enough, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Aqua would show me the way. But the closer I get, the hazier our connection feels.
You mean...
Maybe. But we can't give up hope.
Yeah. This beach.
It's gone.
Huh?
I'm positive Aqua was here. But now, her trail's gone dim.
I've been here too. With Sora.
Really?
You see,
This is where we found our way back to the realm of light.
technically she should be there, but she, you know, Mickey just said she's in like a darker abyss.
Aqua.
And I don't know if it's the timing, but I mean, you got, everyone knows this. In the ending of Birth by Sleep, we see Aqua talking to Ansem the Wise on this shoreline, and then we actually cut back to that scene, I think,
So then...
after we beat either Monstropolis or Arendelle. And I don't know if this is like, I mean, it's timeline, but they should technically be there now, but I don't know. Maybe it's a different side of the beach. I don't know. But anyway, I guess I should probably explain this. Now we're about to control Riku for the first time. You can control Riku 2 times in this game. Mostly only for boss fights. In this first boss fight, we fight the same boss really at the same time as Riku. And that is a tornado of Heartless. But in this boss fight, we get to team up with Mickey. Whereas in the second time we play as Riku, it's really just Riku doing the exact same boss fight by himself. And I gotta say, I love controlling Riku in this game, but I kind of felt a little bit upset that we didn't really get to play around with him a little bit more. Like, I actually thought that we were going to explore more of the realm of darkness with him, with having Mickey on our side. I mean, I thought that that's how it was going to be. But, I mean, the 2 boss fights with him are okay, but I guess I was expecting just a little bit more.
It's not over.
So that's another little nitpicky thing that I'll address, is that I wish that we just could have had more time to really play around with Riku. Maybe even just see, even if we were just in the Realm of Darkness, like maybe even just show us like some new parts of the Realm of Darkness that we haven't even seen. I think that'd be really cool. I think I could speak for everyone here that when this scene happened, you know who the voice is. If you just like shut up and listen, you know who it is. I remember instantly. I think my brother was like packing up his suitcase or doing something, and as soon as that voice was talking to Riku, I said to myself, "Yep, I know who that is."
Oh my god. Riku. Are you okay?
Looks like Riku got a haircut from being inside that tornado of Heartless. Good. Cheap and affordable.
Where'd the Heartless go?
I got more than half of them, and the rest vanished. But they spit you out first.
Ugh, thanks. I owe you.
I know you feel invincible, but we're not.
Are you all right, Mickey?
Yeah, thanks to the new gear. But your Keyblade...
Oh.
That's a shame, too. I really did like that Keyblade. That design of a Keyblade for him was actually really perfect. I love that.
Stronger than what we expected.
But then again, I think his new one, Braveheart, I mean, I know people joke around because it literally looks like a car key or a house key. But just, like, the bulk of that thing, like, it's insane. And I personally like it. I know that people give him a lot of crap for it, but I like it. But I do have a little bit of a bias towards Way of the Dawn, because that's a really great Keyblade in design.
What if she's feeling as scared and alone as I felt the first time I came here? How long are we supposed to keep her waiting in this awful place?
But Aqua, she's like Sora.
What?
No. Strong like Sora.
Oh. Okay. Good. Then I guess she's gonna be all right. Sora could fall into any darkness and swim his way out.
Besides, we won't be long.
Right.
Just got an update from one of my friends. Looks like the Skyliner at Disney World is getting close to getting done.
Might as well leave it here.
So that's neat. I remember when I was down in my program, I mean, it's still under construction, but like it was nowhere near as getting completed as it was now. I mean, they had like the basis for it, but it's like the actual wires and stuff to get from point A to point B, that wasn't even still down in the ground. Alright, and now we go back to some more familiar territory with a world that we were actually supposed to be able to play through at first, but now we don't, and that is the Mysterious Tower. Yeah, interesting fact for you guys, the Mysterious Tower, you know, even though it's not really necessarily a world, it's more just like a location. If you look at really old trailers for Kingdom Hearts 3, you were technically allowed to explore this place. But I guess in the final product, they scrapped that, which I don't know why. I mean, it's an extra world. I mean, it's an extra place for us to explore and get some chests and take out some Heartless for experience. So I was actually really surprised that they cut it out. I mean, they had it ready. We know it's in the files if you look at old videos. Actually, I can tell you guys what video to look up right now to see it. If you guys look up an old trailer for Kingdom Hearts 2.8, at the ending of the trailer, they show you a sneak peek for Kingdom Hearts 3. And they show Sora, Donald, and Goofy fighting off Heartless and using the Buzz Lightyear attraction for the first time in the Mysterious Tower world. So, who knows? Maybe, I mean, DLC is now up in the air. Maybe Tetsuya Nomura is going to get that world finished, and maybe it's just an area where we can get some chests and just say that we can explore it. So, I mean, I'm down with that. I like to see this world fully immersed in the Unreal Engine and just be able to explore it. Even though it's not that big of a world, I think it'd still be cool. But we'll have to wait and see.
Whoa!
Wow, you guys are all here.
We were here before, but you didn't wait.
Your Majesty!
Hey there, fellas. So, what have you three been up to?
We were visiting. Oh!
Poor Sora. He just wants to say something.
And to figure out how to get all of Sora's lost powers back.
But it was a big disappointment.
Oh, what a shame. But, honestly,
We didn't fare any better.
Did you manage to figure out where Aqua is? Because Master Yen said...
Well, she's technically still at the beach, but, I mean, that whole timeline is a little bit confusing to me, but still. We know where she's at.
Come on. Can I finally say something?
No.
We know Master Aqua made it as far as the beach that Sora and I once visited. But that's where her trail ends.
Meaning?
all traces of her vanish into the great abyss, beneath the realm of darkness.
No. Sora was dragged into the abyss during his exam, and I went in after him. So I think if we find someone who is really close to Aqua, and they make the dive, they could reach her down there.
Oh, and another little bit of interesting news that arrived today.
I'm not sure who's even
For those Pokemon fans that might be watching this video, congrats to you guys because Nintendo just announced the next generation of Pokemon games, which will be Pokemon Sword and Shield for the Nintendo Switch. I think before I had class, I watched the live Nintendo Direct, which was only about like 7 minutes long. They kind of told us about the next big game, and they showed us a trailer for it. We got to see the starters, and we got to see a little bit of the world. I forgot what the region is called, but I mean, it's a pretty good looking region. But personally, for me, I was kind of hoping that we get another remake of Gold and Silver, but for the Switch. But I mean, I kind of figured that they were just going to use this to
I'll save her.
announce the next generation, because it's been, now that I think about it, it's been a good couple of years since we've had a new generation of Pokemon games, because usually we've just been getting remakes of
No idea why that just popped out.
well, then again, oh yeah, there was Sun and Moon, duh.
pretty convincing.
Yeah.
So I mean, okay, I guess it hasn't been too long, but okay. But looks like Pokemon Sword and Shield will be arriving late holiday of 2019. So for you Pokemon fans out there, start marking your calendars and start saving up your money for a Switch.
And connected with others who could be the link we need.
Good plan, sir. Riku and I will retrace her steps and see if we can find any sort of clues. But first, we got hit pretty hard in the realm of darkness. My Keyblade was damaged, and the Heartless broke Riku's clean in half. So we're gonna need to get replacements before we can continue.
In that case, rendezvous with Kairi and Lee. They are continuing their training under the tutelage of the wizard Merlin.
Here's another thing that I'm going to point out
Also,
that
I would like you to deliver these for
kind of makes Riku and Mickey's search just
Yes, they are the same
don't
as
really
the one
seem
that
any much more interesting. I mean, well,
special
then again,
vestments to shield Kairi and Lee.
you know, I can't say anything because now it just made sense to me because, you know, Yensid told them that they should visit other worlds that Aqua has been to because then they can find a connection and get some more information about where she's at. I mean, we know she's in the realm of darkness, but then again, the only other world that Riku and Mickey go that could provide answers is Radiant Garden, which I guess makes sense. I guess when I was playing this the first time, like I thought that we'd actually see like cutscenes of Mickey and Minnie going to worlds of the past that Aqua had visited, maybe to find some more clues. But then again, the biggest clue did come out of Radiant Garden, so I guess that makes sense.
They have very special powers.
And now Sora has finally gotten his new set of clothes. Unfortunately, in this game, we don't get to see like him like put on the clothes like in the second game where the three good fairies just magic the clothes onto him. We just kind of get a cut to him in the gummy ship and they're just on. But even then, it's always cool to see Sora get a new outfit. And I do like the design of this new one, even though I still have a little bit more love towards the second outfit. And now Jiminy's back for the journal, as usual.
Good. Now to mark the beginning of a new journey. I wish for you to have this, Sora.
Huh? Okay.
That is a heart binder.
That is essentially the things that we use to summon different Disney characters. And I will say that for this playthrough, I will show off each and every summon at least once. Because I actually did some recording for gameplay for the next world we're going to go to, and I do show off the Dream Eater summon. So every time that I do get a summon in the game, I will show them off at least once so you guys can see them.
See?
So we got the Dream Heart Binder. So now we can summon Dream Eaters. Essentially, we can really only summon Meow Wow, and then, like, as a final attack, we summon all of them. But that's pretty much the gist of it. And now we've got our new dud, so now we need to figure out another game plan as to where the hell we're going next.
Oh, come on, when you get serious.
Give me a break, okay? I told you, these things take time.
Gorge, is it just me? Or is this turning into a routine?
Huh?
It's coming from you, Sora.
Huh? What's this?
And our smartphone. And of course, Sora has no idea what to do with it.
How? Maybe this.
Hooray! He picked up.
Huh? Dale?
Hey, Chipper, I finally got him. Hurry up, Chip. Well, it's about time.
Chip?
You gotta answer the phone, Sora, or we can't give you updates. We got lots and lots of important stuff we want to tell you. That's why we asked Master Yensid to make sure you got this gummy phone we made ya, so we'd be able to stay in touch with you at all times. And it takes pictures.
Oh, you finally finished it. Say, with this gummy phone, we can talk to each other across worlds. In fact, I might even try writing my journal on it.
Wow. Sounds like it's pretty handy, guys. So, what's so important?
This! Back when you and Riku quested through the sleeping worlds, Riku recovered some secret research data that Ansem the Wise hid inside you. Ansem's code! Mm-hmm. We've been working our tails off trying to crack it and see what it says.
The data has been encrypted, so we've only deciphered some of it.
Huh? Oh. I guess we haven't.
And most of the organization members that we destroyed in the previous games are now back to being regular people, but we only see 3 of them.
Alias. Whatever's between.
And the only 3 we see are literally Alias, Dylan, and Ienzo, as they were as their organization members, Lexius, Zaldin, and Zexion.
Defeated our nobodies, thereby recompleting us.
But even then, with how the rest of the organization plays on this game, I personally didn't mind it because I think they do a good job at that. But that's pretty much the only time you really see the regular forms of some of the organization members. But, you can't get everything you want. And that really wasn't too big of a bother for me.
Not anymore. Xemnas and Xehanort have no hold over us now. We're just students of
The heart. Exactly the same as we were before all of this began.
Yeah, right.
But you know, now that I think about it, Axel's on our side now.
We have friends we want to bring back to this world just the same as you. To do that, we have to work together.
In that spirit, Sora.
I'm kind of glad that they gave I'm just going to call him Zexion because that's just what most people identify him as. I'm kind of glad they gave Zexion this little role, you know, because before he got turned into a nobody, he lost his parents and he was taken in by Ansem the Wise. And now in 3, we get to see him as, you know, as a scientist, and he's really trying to do good by helping out Sora and trying to bring everybody else back from the organization. And I think that was a pretty good character for him. Like, he was one of the innocent scientists that just wanted to help people, and I think that's great. I think that's a good character for him. Because his organization member was all bent on creating illusions and tormenting people with his book.
Just like Naminé is still inside Kyrie's.
Interesting. Well, no one knows your heart better than you.
To be honest...
Okay, since we only have about 2 minutes left in this video, I'm going to start wrapping things up here. First and foremost, just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I started recording some more gameplay of Kingdom Hearts 3, so I just have to do some audio recording, and then I'll be able to upload those videos, so those should be coming out really soon. And I'm literally 1 day away from being on spring break, so I can really start hacking down and getting more of these videos coming to you guys as soon as I possibly can. But I can tell you right now that the next world that we're going to be heading to will be Twilight Town. That's the only world we can head to at this point. So we're going to get to explore Twilight Town in the next set of videos, and I look forward to seeing you guys then and there. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video when we go to Twilight Town. Thank you so much, and have a great day.
Leave it to me.
I have to find Roxas and save him. The others are following Aqua's heart. So I'll follow Roxas's heart.
Mm-hmm. Trust the guidance that your heart gives you, Sora. That's what Master Yen Sid said.
Well, too.
Oh, that's easy.